What is going on, family? Raphael Rasheen back again. And today I want to tell you, man, targeted individuals. These people are so easy and predictable. Man, they are so easy and predictable. No, it's not easy for us. You're definitely gonna need some Buddhism or some listening to Manly P. Hall, getting into whatever scriptures that give you principles and peace of mind to live by. But these people are so easy and predictable. It's like, really think about, besides the direct energy weapons, I would say, the rest of their tactics are them weaponizing certain, companies and stuff that they depend on. But I don't see that as often in the targeted community. I actually don't see it enough, like the hacking and oppression. I don't see y'all talking about that, and I think that is some of the most important things besides, them using direct energy weapons and, messing with people's health. I see too much of the traffic campaigns that they be having on the actual stalking, and it is like that is something that could get to you or whatever. It got to me a lot at first, and I exposed the podcast that I recorded talking about it in my anger. I'm no bigger person. I just overcame a lot of different things. As far as that, man, like I expressed before to y'all, you're not going to be able to control that. And for real, honestly, you should laugh at it. If it don't frighten you. I know some of y'all, and definitely with them doing it to females and older people, and some people in, if you in the ghetto community or something like that, but they're not going to do that too much in the ghetto community. You should really laugh at those people. You know what I'm saying? And let them waste their gas. Sometimes I go out to just make them do it. And I honestly laugh at them. It'd be hard for me to keep my laugh in sometimes. Sometimes I just laugh in my head. And I do it just for them to waste their time and waste their energy, waste their gas, waste their resources, because they have to hire and pay people to do this weird stuff. To trail you, and I know they follow me to see my dropping flash drives and other documentation off to certain other people. But most of the time, they do that to get to you and get under your soul. These wicked peoples, the only thing they have is to make you look crazy or actually drive you crazy, besides doing the things that you eventually will be able to prove. That's why I say the worst thing you can do is be quiet about it and not express it in a strategic, intelligent way. And I don't mean you have to have all the fancy words and stuff like that, but just be able to express yourself and, what they're doing. Besides that, and I like, I was just looking at this comment where somebody tried to act like they were, oh, brother this, brother that, oh, brother, I'm gonna pray for you. What are you gonna pray for me for, son? I was exposing he was talking something about why would they send a helicopter out after one person. I really, that was a question in my mind, honestly. And even the traffic campaigns, I'm like, why would they spend all these resources on doing this to me? But we know as targeted individuals, this is what they do. And the beautiful thing is they expose themselves when they do it. So that's why sometimes I do it too. You know what I mean? I just go out, and the more I go out, the more they have to expose themselves. It's like, 1 + 1 = 2. Like, you got plenty of eyes on you, plenty of people seeing what you're involved in. And they get to see the true nature. Even the gangstalkers, I'm pretty sure most of them, the ones that was being paid, because some of them are being forced. And this is another reason you shouldn't take it serious. These are complete liars, manipulators, and if you haven't analyzed them, take it step out of yourself. That's why I say this is so much bigger than you. You know what I mean? They're literally doing this, driving people crazy. The rate of targeted individuals has skyrocketed, and so has mass murders, and that's a problem. That is a problem. That right there. That's why I like my brother King Jr. Podcast, because he be trying to get to the mentality the same way I do, and you'll see once I release all of my podcasts, man, I got literally intro music. Yeah, I don't even know. I've been being lazy. I've been not lazy. No, I haven't. I've been trying to put the actual hacking and stuff like that to the forefront, and the devices that they're using on your home, that because they're using law enforcement to help them do a lot of this stuff, and they're using a lot of their devices and the same devices from fire and rescue, that radar type devices and stuff. So I've been trying to like expose that, but the mentality that we have to have as targeted individuals is important. It's probably just as, cause we could put them phones down for the most part, find other ways of doing stuff, same way we did it before we had these phones, and it became as advanced as it is now. But that, like, I be looking like the only thing they can do is try to drive me crazy or make me look crazy. Besides threaten me with gas and or kill you. You know what I'm saying? And it just is what it is. I'm gonna die one day, so I'm never gonna be fearful of these cowards. That is the worst thing we can do, is be quiet. And not speak up about the abuse. We just have to do it in a better way. Targeted individuals. Again, they have a lot of trolls. They're gonna comment on your posts and stuff like this person did. But he gave me a topic for, let it be your strength. He gave me a topic for another podcast, something I wanted to really address. And I think I already did did the podcast, but I'm actually doing another one, just showing all of their motives for doing, not all of them, because I can't think like a demon devil, and just to say words that synchronize with most people understand. Again, I'm not a religious person, as you can see through I Speak podcast. But you know what I'm saying, it's pretty easy and pretty simple. You know what I'm saying, when you really think about it and think how weak this enemy is, they show their weakness when they do this stuff to me. Honestly, show how weak you are. Like, you really have to create a story. Now it's up to us to let that happen and give them this story. At first I was naive. I didn't even hear Gangstalking. I knew nothing about it. I just started with people in my community attacking me, man. You know what I'm saying? So, my the way I grew up was kind of, a fight. And I kind of wanted to fight. I even told one of the police officers one day, when I actually had faith in them and didn't know that they was actually a part of it and working with these people. I was like, about my neighbor, like, we could just go in the backyard. There's no reason to do all this crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Now I understand a little more. I kind of see what's going on. The targeted community has helped me out in a lot of different ways. Just learning and seeing what's going on and seeing I'm not the only one, so it's not as personal now. And just seeing all the different motives that they have, just putting two and two together. As far as even the mass murders, like, I would never be pushed to do something like that, and I want to say that, and I hope nobody has those kind of thoughts in their mind, about like going out hurting innocent people and stuff like that. It's just crazy, man. But I do believe they're forcing people to do a lot of that stuff. Definitely when you're able to just antagonize people. And the sad reality, this is why I'm going to do a podcast talking to the actual gang stalkers. The sad reality is so many people would be a part of doing that. But then again, you're dealing with a master manipulator. A lot of people don't think bigger than themselves so they can leverage certain things over their head, like maybe get one of their family members out of jail, or maybe they won't be charged with something. Maybe they act like they try to take people kids. They use DHS, and I called DHS on them. Got no help. When the man came, I could just see in his. But I was asking him, like, I can't wait to release this audio. Actually, I'm asking him, I'm like, you okay, man? I'm like, dude, I don't. This is phones in my pocket. Just let you know. I show you my phone. Like, why do you look so uncomfortable and nervous? And he just didn't look like he was here to do the right thing for me. He didn't look like he was doing too much of an investigation either. And actually, he called me one time, and I haven't heard. I returned his call and everything. I haven't heard from him since. You know what I mean? But he just looked it real suspicious. And my grandmom ended up telling me he called, and the conversation was awkward. But that's another story, man. You know what I'm saying? So that is hard to, like, the weaponization of different things that we depend on, like with them hacking and stuff. But this is stuff you can prove. Like, I have so much proof. Like, I'm not going to hack myself out of all these things, make myself spend money. I'm not going to be paying for a damn VPN. I wish I could not pay for a fucking VPN, son, and I should, but I have to, because it gives me some flexibility and be able to use these different devices and stuff like that. I don't really need a VPN except for these fucking weirdos, so I gotta pay for that. I honestly paid a lot of money for antivirus before I found out that having antivirus helped them take control of your device immediately, as soon as they hack it, which they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? I spent a lot of money. So a person is not going to destroy their own credit before they get to use. I would be fucking crazy. Like, I literally was like 7 something. I was paying fits my credit, which was never that bad, but you know what I mean? It was like 7 something. And they destroyed it. It helped destroy it. Like, I'm not going to destroy my own credit. Like, I'm not. These are things you need to highlight, especially the hacking and stuff like that. Just things you can prove. Traffic, you can't really prove that. I get that. You can't go into grocery stores and be like, oh, everybody got on. Yeah, we might notice it as targeted individuals, but we got to think bigger than ourselves. And when you're trying to expose these people to the world, you're not just trying to expose them to other targeted individuals. We trying to expose these people to the world. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta really think about what we're doing, because that hurt the targeted community as a whole. We already have enough of them infiltrating us, doing little stupid stuff and just looking crazy. You know what I mean? Every time they have somebody who say something about gangstalking or targeted, and that shows a lot of stuff like this. A little bit is cool. You could show the little traffic campaigns and stuff like that. Look, I go through it, bro. When I'm gonna show y'all some videos. I'm gonna show y'all some videos. I might even take videos. They just did a crazy traffic joint on me like last night when I walked the Wawa, and I just sat on my porch to make them do it more and just laugh at them honestly. Like, you want to waste your gas, waste your resources, good. I don't care. It does nothing to me. What does do something to me is oppressing me, affecting my music, affecting my computers and stuff that I use to try to make a living in the future for my children. That bothers me, honestly. Hacking me out of phones, making me get all these different phones and stuff like that. And that is stuff you can prove. You can actually prove, like, you're not hacking yourself. Like, who's doing this? Like, you know what I'm saying? And different stuff. It's sad that we can't do more about showing how they monitor us in our house and stuff like that, in the bathroom, like some weirdo creeps, like some real perverts, you know what I mean, monitors while we having sex and stuff like that. That is kind of, you know what I'm saying, is That gets to me a little bit because I have a daughter here, I have kids here, you know what I'm saying? But man, there's certain stuff, you know what I mean, like when I'm seeing mainly in the targeted community too much. I'm seeing, and I'm not saying don't show it, but when I'm just looking at a targeted individual channel, and all of their videos and most of their videos is of traffic. Yes, I get it. We know it's targeted individuals what they doing, but for the masses, it looked crazy and it looked bad on us. So showing that every now and then is cool. You know what I'm saying? But again, and I'm glad I talked about that. Show your life. Have something else to show you're dedicated to. You know what I mean? Don't make everything about being targeted individual. I mean, this is a targeted channel, and I try to help and bring knowledge to y'all. But, I have other plans for this channel too that I'm going to incorporate. But other than that, I do music. You know what I mean? So I'm focused on my music, and I'm be putting out a lot more music and music content and stuff like that. And I want y'all to find something else to express yourself where you're not talking about this. Because when you making this your whole life, it kind of appear a little crazy. I know it's a targeted individual. I get it. But I'm telling you, we have to be more strategic and smarter than these people. And for real, their job to hide what they're doing is much harder than it is for us to expose them. We just have to do it a little more strategic and different. You know what I mean? And be careful, you know what I'm saying? Because they just look for any possible hole that they can. But it's pretty easy. It's pretty simple. And expose them. Like I got a podcast about to come out about the law enforcement department here. Like you have to prove, why ain't you giving this man his police reports? Why have y'all been doing this to this man once I expose him? You know what I mean? Especially definitely the old videos they had. Even of them coming, playing along and taking reports of these people, then they blatantly just started being over there and stuff like that. Like prove yourself, explain yourself, and why you out making noise and stuff like that 3 a.m. and stuff. Why is now those are the other things. Why is traffic on this block 3 a.m, like is you know what I mean, throughout the night, like it's broad day on a avenue, like a public avenue that get a lot of traffic. Like why is that like you can prove that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? So it's really easy and simple in a way. It's hard mentally to overcome it. That's why I say you might need some Buddhism in your life. You might need to study some different yogi techniques, study some yoga techniques or whatever and stuff. You gotta get your mind right. You know what I mean? And I'm not acting like I'm bigger than, like I said, I'm going to expose when I was now. I want to show you the difference, you know what I mean? And the difference between it without exposing other people. But yeah, I think it is pretty much easy. And I think the other video I had, be yourself, man. Don't stop living your life. Definitely show you, like I'm happy all the time, damn near. You know what I mean? Besides when certain people piss me off, and I think that's why they use like my children's mother, because she is the centerpiece of my world, being the mother of my children, and my family being the centerpiece of my world. So they, use her and use her family to make her get to me in certain ways and stuff like that. And that's like the only thing that could kind of set me off and piss me off. So that's kind of the only thing they that's what they try to use and shit to get to me. But even that, because, that got old, you know what I mean? And, a person going to only dig themselves a hole, you know what I mean? And that's going to hurt them in the long run. But that's another story. And it just is what it is. So, we know about that as well. The emotional attachments, you're going to have to, like, control your emotions and stuff like that, especially dealing with that. I know some people, parents doing it to them. I heard some people who own kids is getting involved. A lot people will sell you out. You know what I mean? In this day and age, we dealing with a bunch of sellouts, huh? Like, you got to think about even the people doing them traffic campaigns. They selling out their future. I don't care if they got something over your head or not. At the end of the day, you selling, you're creating an environment that you wouldn't want to live in, and it's going to be used against you. And once you get in bed with these people, it's going to be hard to get out of bed with them, because now you have secrets that they can expose. That's why I can't wait to talk to the actual gangstalking, the people who they control, the pawns, as I would expose them as, whether you're being paid or not, man. You're dealing with a big secret that you're going to have to, you really need to think they're going to hold something over your head. You know what I mean? They're going to hold you like a slave, like a hostage at the end of the day. That's why I get mad at white people that identify with white supremacy. Like, I'm calling out white supremacy. They're like, getting butthurt, thinking it's talking about, stop identifying with white supremacy. It's a reason I didn't say white people. I said white supremacists. You know what I'm saying? But that's another story, and that's another podcast I have already. I'm going to release soon. Y'all, I'm sitting on so many podcasts that don't make no sense. I really could just shut up and just release podcasts. But a lot of them, I think more so is speaking to the mentality. I got to go through them and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And mental aspects, and not even really talking all about gangstalking too much. Like I said, I got intro music. True I Speak podcast is not really about this, but it is important to me to expose this and help people. Just like Brother King Jr. said, I'm going to yell his name out because I love what he's doing with this podcast, and I love his dedication to actually helping other targeted individuals, and, you know, trying to get people to not crash out. Not go out here and do something that, you know what I mean, could really take their life away. Again, these people create budgets off of that. They monetize making you a threat. That is their ultimate agenda. Make you seem crazy, make you a threat. You kill yourself, that's even better, whatever. Is so many ways they can monetize all of these things. So you have to understand that. But, you know, that's why I like Brother podcast, because he just be open, he be real about it. And, you know what I mean? But anyway, I think it is pretty easy. And it's probably, you know, the worst thing we can do, again, is not speak up and speak up in a way that make us look schizophrenic or like we crazy or something like that. And that's what they try to make you. Like the comment Bull left earlier was, brother, yeah, I hope you seek help, this, that, and the third. Why would they spend all this money on a single person for a helicopter? And just to answer that, it's been exposed that I'm not the only targeted individual, and no, they don't have to spend a lot of money when they control it. You know what I'm saying? Where they spending? Why they spend all this money on gas and people, and you know what I mean? To follow me around, it just makes sense. Like, so is pretty apparent, and especially because this whole page only really released targeted individuals. All the tags is gangstalking or targeted individuals. The only people going to find my page is other TIs or people that's involved with it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, let's be more strategic. Let's stop actually looking like schizophrenics. And, you know, I had to practice it myself. As far as, you know, not, and that's why you don't really, you know, I don't think I released no videos of people driving down my street. I think I was showing something else and somebody noticed it, and they was like, yo, they do that to me too. Another, like, they would just notice it. You ain't gotta really talk about it. You know what I mean? Definitely other TIs or whatever like that. Like, we know what's going on. But again, it's not just about us. Yeah, we can make videos comforting each other and stuff like that. but we're trying to expose these people to the world. You know what I mean? We want to make this more known. People, like, I never knew about Gangstalking. I was so surprised that they had a name for it. I wrote a song for it, streaming on all platforms right now. A new mixed version is coming out, actually. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of music, man. I'm like a musical genius. I'm really understanding it and getting it when it come to writing. I'm about to start writing a lot more too. And now I'm getting that way with my production. Like, it's beautiful thing. I'm like happy in the state I'm in. And I laugh and smile all day. I dance by myself. I'm a happy person, like very happy person. Show that to the world. I'm gonna start showing my face more and showing my personality more. But honestly, I ain't gonna lie. I don't really leave the house. That's why I said the only person they could try to manipulate and get to me is my chosen mother, because I really don't leave the house much. Though I do have clothes and shit like that, I don't be going shopping, and I really am. I really was conceited as shit. I'm not gonna lie. So I do like looking good when I'm in the eyes of the public. I'm not gonna lie. It just is what it is. You just gotta be real with y'all. You know what I mean? So I don't be feeling comfortable always shooting podcasts. Sometimes I just be in regular shorts or sweats or whatever like that. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't be into all that. You know what I mean? But I am about to start getting more into it, taking better care of myself. Because for the most part, y'all, even after I got all that money, I'm a real selfless person. I tried to take care of everybody else. That's why what I was trying to do, as I was exposed and probably talked about before, was start a podcast and study health to help people. I was buying herbs and stuff like that, studying herbs and stuff. Like, I'm a real selfless person, but I'm a little too selfish. I need to selfless. I need to make myself more of a priority. And even though I'd be still looking good, and like I said, I got clothes, but I don't go shopping a lot and stuff like that, because I don't leave the house a lot. Like, what's the reason? I'm not waste money on that. Like, what? But no, I'm gonna do it because for my music, and you know what I mean, for myself. I like looking good. You know what I mean? I like smelling good. I like looking good. Point blank, period. But anyway, I think y'all get the gist before I start sounding too conceited. I'm Raphael Rashim, and this is the True I Speak podcast, and I'm out.